You are listening to or watching She is a Goal Setter with Wendy Shields. If you are a goal setter with a desire to learn from others, you are in the right place. This lake-loving, photo-taking, success-driven, business-owning mother and grandmother would love to walk you through the wins, the losses, the ups, and the downs. We will focus on the real things that will help you meet and achieve your goals while sharing and cheering on others who are with the quest to do the same. Let's get started. Wendy with She's a Goal Setter, and today we're going to talk about 4 things you can do to help your month flow a little easier and with less hassle and upset. Full disclosure, some of these 4 steps have more sub-steps. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is preparing your calendar. Obviously, you're going to write down everything you have to do. Do not forget to include the calendars or the people that may affect you other than yourself. For example, your spouse or your significant other's schedule, your personal assistant schedule. Definitely, if you have children, their schedule, the school schedule, the sports schedule, the parties they've got invited to schedules, and compile these all on your calendar right at the beginning of the month. I refer to those as my rocks. I do want to add in here, a lot of people still don't realize the school calendar and the sport calendar for the school are usually able to be downloaded from their school website onto like Gmail or Google Calendar, I guess I should say. Anyways, that is such a help because when it does it, it also downloads the addresses. And then of course, you can use them in your GPS to travel. I also like to, at the beginning of the month, if I know, for example, I'm going to another town for someone's sporting event, at the beginning of the month, I can check by hitting those buttons and the GPS to see how long my travel time is going to be. So I go ahead and schedule the travel time onto my calendar as well. I do the same thing if I have to go to a physical meeting. That's the first thing I do, and I refer to that as my rocks. The second thing I like to do to help my month flow more easily is to, at the beginning of the month, review my goals. And, see what goals do I need to achieve this month to make my long-term goals happen. And then I take the things I need to achieve this month and I break those down into as bite-sized pieces as possible. I mean, it could be, I need to research this, or I need to make a phone call about that, or it could be, I need to put this in the mail. Just as easy as they can do steps, I break it down as much as I possibly can. And then I divide that up over the week in a way that makes sense, over the 4-week period in a way that makes sense. And I also, at this time, I always check my vision board and see if it's over halfway done. I've completed half of the things on my vision board. I may update my vision board at the beginning of a month. Now, I wish I had to do that every month. That is not an every month task for me. Usually that's a every 6-month task for me, but I check it at the beginning of the month. Anyways, I then schedule those things into my schedule as well. Those I refer to as my sand. The third thing I do to help make my month a little less stressful is to begin the month with balanced accounts. Not fun, guys, I know. Balanced accounts and a budget set up for my business and my professional life. My money seems to go twice as far when I do that. I'm just saying. And if I already know in advance, for example, I'm going to spend $500 this month on certain kind of advertising, and that means I can spend this much on each one of the advertisements I run or whatever. If I know all that information in advance and I'm ready to go, and I know I'm not overextending myself in any way to still be on my budget, that's really helpful at the beginning of the month just to get that set up. Or even my personal stuff, just sometimes I even go ahead, if I'm in the position to, I just go ahead and pay as many of my bills up front as I can so that I don't have to worry about it again. But I know, because I do it consistently at the beginning of the month, that That's when it's going to need done. And of course, yes, I know a lot of my bills aren't due yet, but I know roughly what they are. So it helps me out. The fourth thing I do to help my month flow well is to schedule my grocery shopping, my food prep, and my exercise. I am not a health coach, and that's great for those people that are. That's wonderful. But I still think that focus and energy greatly affect our ability to achieve. So therefore, those things are still important to me. So I add those into my schedule then, and that is pretty much my water. So I put the big things in the very beginning of the month, the big things that have got to happen in the beginning of the month. Then I go ahead and add in my goal stuff that I greatly want to achieve. Then I set myself up for a solid financial month. And then last but not least, this is still extremely important, I make sure that my nutritional needs are being met and that I'm allowing myself time for exercise. You can't achieve much if you don't live a long time. So have a great day. Those are just my suggestions to help your month flow better. Hey guys, just wanted to ask you guys for a favor, to please subscribe to my channel. I used to think that subscribing, like you had to like get a subscription or pay for something, but actually subscribing on YouTube is like friending on Facebook, or it's like following on Instagram. So there's no cost to you, but there's a really great benefit to the person that has the channel. There are certain options that they're just aren't available to until they have so many subscribers. So I would definitely consider it an act of friendship if you would not mind subscribing. It doesn't bother you. It just kind of sends it does when you open your feed up, you'll see that as some options to watch, but it doesn't pester you or do anything like that. So please subscribe. I'm going to quickly show you how right now. And here we are at the She is a Goal Setter show, and right below it, to the right below it, there's a red button that says subscribe. You just simply push that, and ta-da! We're done? Seriously? All that work and we're done? I guess we'll see you next week. Oh yeah, subscribe.